Alright, what is up guys and welcome to the PonyCast.
What up?
My name is Zach, commonly referred to as Pheonix, and I am here with Matt. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Matt, but you can call me Jab because Jab, that J-A-B, Jab, J-A-B. God, I'm so bad at introductions. Holy crap, I'm Jab, whatever, fine.
Awkwardness, much. Anyway, we are your hosts for today, presenting the PonyCast.
Yes!
We have some new news for the fandom, don't we?
Oh, it was so good.
So,
Really?
So I say we get on with that, shall we?
Alright, yeah, there's been some very exciting news. First of all,
There's been some wonderful revelations.
I know, the Season 5 storyboarding is done. It's complete, it's finished. Everyone can start animating right now. And wait for a few months until it finally releases. We've waited for way too long.
Way too long.
Way too long.
I was half expecting the season 5 to be released last year.
Yeah,
because,
I know.
They have a tendency to be a year behind. So
Right.
In 2014 was season 2014 was season should have been season 5.
Yeah.
2013 was season 4. So they were like one number ahead. But they kind of missed out last year, probably because of Equestria goals, and
Yeah.
I, along with many other people on Twitter and Tumblr I've seen, were very surprised that they broke that streak.
Yeah,
but,
I know.
But you know, animators, it takes a longer, and I heard they had a power cut at one point, and they were delayed by quite a bit. But
that's
next
sad.
up, we have Disney's My Little Pony knockoff.
Oh, I hate Disney for this right now.
So do I. If you haven't heard this story before, then, well, I'm glad we can present it to you.
Yeah.
But second off, Disney kind of hit a lowball here and hit Hasbro where it hurts because they released their own brand of pony toys which very closely resemble the toys that we know and love. Mainly because of the accent of a cutie mark,
Yeah.
which it's not specific, so like, oh, this means you're special in this, but a sense that it's a nice little colourful design on their flank, and it
Pisses
really
me off.
disappoints me that Disney would do something like this just to
Yeah.
jump on the bandwagon
I
that
know,
Hasbro have
it's,
done.
I feel sorry for Disney. I mean, they are long past their golden age, and you know it's probably going not too well with them, especially the toys. But seriously,
Yeah, I
come on,
totally
Disney.
agree. Because Disney were once very popular for their toys
Yeah,
and
the
everything,
90s,
but
early 2000s.
it's kind of died out with new toys like,
Yeah.
of course, My Little Pony and other
Well.
toys, and just games consoles in general. So
Yeah.
it's quite sad that they feel like they need to jump aboard the bandwagon and just to try and get some marketing, but at the same time,
It's so not Disney.
it's kind of understandable. But like you said, it's not Disney. Disney
No.
have always been really original with their ideas.
Right.
I know a lot of people say that stories are just reused and the characters changed, but
Still, come on.
it's still original.
Yeah, it's still everything
They've
has
never
Disney
done
feel,
something
and-
like this before, have
No.
they?
And the thing is, you know, everything Disney makes just has that Disney feel to it, you know.
Oh, I totally agree. I
And
totally
this
agree.
just has like this big Hasbro feel, and I think it's so stupid.
I totally agree.
Really.
But
it's
there's another interesting story to do with the card series. Why don't you
Oh,
take us through that?
yeah, that's really cool. So the Enterplay MLP card series, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of you know them. They have revealed a new super rare autograph card series, including Mod Pie, which is really cool. So it's gonna be like these super rare cards that you probably get like in a very, very, very small chance in a lucky pack. You know, you get an autograph card, and well,
Buy more pie. Buy more pie.
yeah, or Mod Pie or other characters. I think.
Are you sure it's the other characters? I thought it was just the Maud Pie.
I'm not sure.
But
So-
of course, that takes us on to the fact that Maud Pie has been revealed for season 5. Like,
Yeah,
it's been confirmed.
absolutely. I mean, the voice actress Ingrid Nelson has already said on Twitter that she has been in the studio, right? Or not yet? What was it?
I think she tweeted that she was going to the studio.
Yeah.
But I think that was a couple months ago, I think.
Yeah, right.
Like
And
a
now with
month
the
ago.
reveal of the Mod Pie card, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see more of Mod Pie, or at least
and
Pinkie
of
Pie's
course
family.
on the Wikipedia and
Right.
the Pony website, they've actually released an episode statement where it's the entire Pie family, so it would make sense
Right.
for Maud to be there.
Right. And then, so I think it's pretty cool about, I collect, if those cards have like a few packs, a friend brought them when he went to the United States. And they're awesome. I collect them just a little, for fun. I don't play the card game.
Funnily enough, I've never collected the card game, mainly because I wasn't a Brony and didn't really know about it until this story.
Yeah.
But I definitely think I might start buying couple packs, hoping to get a bit lucky.
Yeah, we always want to get lucky. No,
Haha.
but seriously, it's just
PG.
really cool that they do it. And I'm really glad they do it because I love the card game. I mean,
Yeah,
the game itself is really cool, and I would definitely play it if I had someone around me to play it with.
Yeah.
But the card game itself is really fun.
Yeah. Now the thing is, I feel like that when they release these kind of things like the autograph cards and stuff, it's not for the kids.
No.
Like the little girls that watch it.
No.
Because honestly, a little girl who collects the cards and is like, oh yeah, I got Fluttershy, I got Rainbow Dash. If there's like writing on the card, they don't care.
No.
They don't. They're too young. They won't understand it in most cases. I'm not.
Nah, yeah.
Don't shout at me for that. But in most cases, they won't understand what it is.
I know, right?
So it's things like this that really make me feel like Hasbro is doing something for the Brony community.
Yeah.
Like, to show that they don't forget us, and they are thankful that we watch the show.
No, and that's the thing, because a lot of times Hasbro comes over as these guys that just want to sell toys. But this just proves that they don't just want to sell toys.
Yeah, I totally agree. I
Yeah.
totally agree.
And that's what I think that's just really cool. Anyway, next news thing.
Next news.
Zach,
I love
take
this.
it away. It's so
Princess Sunbutt goes to space.
cool. Princess Sunbutt.
No, this is a great story.
Yeah.
Turns out in NASA, a guy working on a new part for the International Space Station. The
Yeah, like a
ISS.
circuit board thing, was it, right?
Yeah, it's a new module for the ISS.
Yeah.
And on one of the circuit boards, this guy was a Brony, and he worked on one of the circuit boards. And as a bit of a joke, not thinking anyone would find it, he laser etched Princess Celestia, Miss Sunbutt herself, onto the one of the sides of the circuit boards.
Yeah.
Like onto the blue side that you don't solder anything on.
No.
He laser etched Celestia onto it, royal regalia and all, and put it in the module. But
Yeah.
little did he know that as it went through final checks, somebody spotted this, took a picture of it, and the picture's gone viral.
Yeah.
It's all over Equestria Daily, Ponu. It's a great story, and being NASA and like the community-driven, like how everyone loves the community, they didn't swap it out for an unused, like a non-etched one. So Celestia is actually going into space and becoming a permanent part of the ISS.
It's so cool.
I love it so much.
I know. And
I
really-
read this story and just couldn't stop smiling.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, I have a question. Where did this guy find a laser etch template for Celestia? Like, seriously, where do you find that thing? I mean, if he did it himself, he did it very well.
Well, to be fair, it's not incredibly hard to make a outline for us, like a laser cutter.
Well, yeah.
Like I do it for my product design course, but how he managed to laser etch it onto a piece of NASA's equipment without them realizing,
That is just
this guy
genius.
should really work for like the CIA MI6. 'Cause he's doing some sneaky shit right there.
Oh, it's so cool.
It's genius.
Yeah,
But
it's-
we've got one more story for general news.
Yeah,
haven't we?
talking about cool. Legends of Equestria. The game, probably a few people know. Probably more than a few people know. The servers are gonna be open again for January 24th to January 26th. Now, I'm very glad about this because I missed the open surface for 2 or 3 times in a row. So I've never played it, but I know the game for almost a year now. I know that it exists, but I just always miss out on the open servers.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
I haven't been able to get on the servers because I was away for the week. The last weekend they were up, I was away for it. And the previous weekends, I didn't even know they were going up. So
no, because last summer, it was like somewhere in August. I was on a longboard vacation somewhere in the hills, wherever, and I missed out on it. And then I think like somewhere in November, I completely forgot about it. And then somewhere in the middle of December, I looked on the website like legendsofequestria.com. And I looked at it, and the servers were just closed, like a few days, and I was so pissed. So I've literally set an alarm for every week that I check it. And now, well, here we are, 24th to 26th. I'm gonna play the shit out of that game.
Oh, me too.
Yeah,
and I think we've both agreed that we're gonna be Pegasus for this.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, because for the people who don't know what it is, really short. It's an MMO, actually, basically in the world of Equestria. Different names because the names are licensed to Hasbro. But it's basically almost building by building. Is it just rebuilt in a game where you can walk around and do quests and fight Timberwolves and Ursa Minors and Ursa Majors and whatever. It's gonna be so cool. You can customize your own pony, you can give it its own name, oh man, I'm so excited for this game.
Yeah, and something interesting is the characters themselves, like Twilight and Fluttershy and that, they aren't stationary characters, aren't they? They actually move around on a set path, don't they? So you can be walking through Ponyville and you can see them walking around town centre.
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure they have preset motion paths, which adds to the whole immersion of the game that you're actually there, because... Like, who wants to go, like, do a quest for Fluttershy and then come back and she's standing exactly where she is?
Yeah, she has, like, this little area in which she walks.
Yeah, that she walks around in.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Me too.
It really adds to the whole self-immersion, feel like you're in Equestria.
Yeah, but what I like so much about it is it's actually a really, it's a really standard MMO. Right, when I look at the things that it's gonna have, like a fighting system, but it's just, you are a pony. I mean, that has never been done before. And if you're Pegasus, you can fly around. That's a thing I really, really love.
Yeah. This is one of the things I mostly love about being a Pegasus, is because it's not like you have to get to a certain level and then you can do this and this. You're a Pegasus. You can fly. This is the law.
Instantly.
It makes sense. It doesn't make sense that, oh look, I'm take Lord of the Rings Online for instance.
Right.
Look, I'm a dual swordsman, but I have to get to level 10 before I can use 2 swords.
Yeah, that's just stupid.
It doesn't make sense.
No. And then and it has this Holy Triforce thing to it for the unicorn to be more of a healer. And then the Pegasus being the DPS thing, and the Earth Pony being a tank. I've heard that they're kind of doing that Holy Triforce thing, so that's really cool.
Yeah.
And then also because it's it's not really, it's a community game, right? So it's gonna have that feel to it, right? Just that feel like, wow, people really care. And really care to make this, and I think that's gonna be just really, really awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely, but we're hitting 15 minutes on the news now, so.
Okay, so let's just wrap it up with while we play Legends of Equestria, we are inviting all of our viewers, anyone that wants to play with us, to add us. On the day the servers go live, we'll be posting a 5-minute video with our characters, how they look, their names, and how you can find us online.
Yeah, probably the server name and whatever,
So yeah, feel free to join us on that day.
Absolutely, it'd be really fun. But when we're playing so many hours of Legends of Equestria, we've gotta listen to some music. And my god, this week had some really good music. There's been so much new music released because, Brony community, they release an awful lot of music. So, but I picked like the best, and I mean, I wanted to pick more, but there were just so many of them. So I picked...
Yeah, we have a limited time here.
Yeah, so I picked 7, which I think are just the best. They're all good, but these are the best. So
yeah. I'm gonna let you take the view through this because I mainly stick to like the main people. So I mainly stick to Living Tombstone, Glaze / Wooden Toaster, and Ken,
Aftermath, all those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've really done your research here, so I'm gonna let you take away.
So first we have
be silent.
first we have Arctic North by Crusader. This song is just some really well done drum step. Thank you. It has this rich sound at the beginning, and when the drop comes in, it literally just makes you want to turn your music all the way up. It's just such a well done drop, and at first I thought it was drum and bass, but then the drop totally came unexpected, and was a pretty pleasant surprise, honestly. Second of all, we have The Lunar Passage by DJ Red Sky and the New Reverian. So this is just some very well done progressive house. It has a lot of ambience. It just feels right as a song of progressive house, almost deadmousey. And well, that's just probably the best progressive house track that has been released this week. Then we have the Crystal Empire, but the final act, which is a teaser. It's not the real thing, by Stringstorm. This thing gave me chills, really. The first time you listen to it, you hear a captain talk, and then it's about the Crystal Empire, obviously, because it's called the Crystal Empire Saga. And this is the final act, which is just the entire Crystal Empire against Sombra. And when Sombra talks, it starts talking, and you can hear the sounds of swords in the background, and it all kicks in. You just get goosebumps. And then it jumps over to some symphonic metal, and it just fits perfectly, really. I really had the pleasure of listening to it. Definitely something you should listen to all the songs, obviously, but really this one in particular, it's gonna give you goosebumps. Then we have the Gutser cover of Come Home Soon by Jove the Loaf. First of all, Gutser, happy anniversary. This is the song he released. He has been a Brony for 2 years, so happy anniversary again. It's just a really, really beautiful song about Luna and Celestia, and Luna being banished to the moon and their struggles. It really gave me tears when I listened to it. It's just really, really sad, and at the same time very fucking beautiful. So really something you should listen to. It's just all the songs are gonna be in the description if you really want it, but whatever. Moving on to the next song. It's Sleepless in Ponyvale from M. Palanti and Haymaker. It's for the Seeds of Kindness effort, which is a charity effort for malaria, which is of course a horrible disease. So they made a very fitting song. It's just so touching. The vocals are really well. It's all very well recorded and whatever. It's just so good and just so well done. Really, all of these songs are well done, but this is just, I don't know. Then we have The Art of Flight by John Doe. It's the ending credits from Recasted. Now I don't know Recasted, but I'll just mention it, whatever. This is just a very happy orchestral piece. It's very happy, it's very, very bright. It reminds me of Pinkie Pie, to be honest, like the random sounds and whatnot, what you hear through it. And then we have, of course, Archie. Archie is back with his song Your Life, and this song just made me dance in my room, because this song is so goddamn awesome. Really, everyone just stop what you're doing. Well, no, keep listening to the podcast, and then just drop everything and listen to this song. Well, that was about it for the music this week. So, Zach, what are your
All
picks,
right.
mate?
All right, I'm back in my comfort zone. All right, so yeah, mainly a animator slash artist slash
Fiction.
fanfic reader.
Yeah.
I write a couple fanfics, but they're not great. But what I do is read like a ton of fanfictions. I went through 4 fanfictions in a day yesterday, just because of how much I love to read them. But there is one that stuck out this weekend more than any other, and that is The Perfect Gem by sorry, my mistake. The Sweetest Gem by Rarespy.
Right.
This is a Sweetie Spike fanfic, a Sweetie Belle X Spike fanfic that I just fell in love with from the first chapter. I found it while browsing FimFiction, and Rarespy has recently uploaded a new fanfiction. And I was reading it, and it was a good story, but I didn't like the ship in it. I can't remember what it was, but it just didn't suit me very well.
Right.
So I started looking through some of her other ones, and I saw she had a Sweetie Belle X Spike fanfic, and I'm usually a Sparity shipper, but I just love Sweetie Belle X Spike because of how more likely it is to happen, because they're around the same age, and Sweetie Belle's basically just a younger version of Rarity.
Yeah.
So I started reading it and instantly fell in love with it, and then read every chapter that she had. And I'm a bit disappointed because I read it too quickly. So I kind of went through it so quickly that I was sad when it ended.
Never read too fast, dude. Never
Yeah, I know. I just get carried away with myself. But literally, as we've been recording, the new episode of a fanfiction that I've been waiting for the new chapter to come out, Spike Takes a Chance, is the new chapter on Ladies' Man on Campus by Wildcard25. Now, this is a wonderful fanfiction. It's about a all-girls school that all girls go to. It takes place in the Equestria world, but in an alternate dimension where they go to Canterlot High School for girls.
Right.
But while doing an experiment to see if the school will be capable of having a multi-sex boy and girl, they invite the smartest other male in the area to come and help them test it out by having him live on campus with them. And obviously it's Spike, and being the only boy on campus in a school full of girls, he attracts quite a lot of attention for himself, and it's really funny. There's a lot of references to the main show about Spike being a dragon, and it's just really quite funny and just really well written. So I would really recommend going to read it.
Yeah, and all the links to all the musicians and the writers, it's all gonna be in the description, so you can check it out there, and I really recommend. I don't know much about the writing stuff, but for me the music, it's just there's so many good stuff.
Yeah,
So
and
really
vice
check
versa
it
for
out.
me.
Yeah.
I listen to the music and it's good, but I wouldn't know about sound quality and stuff. I just listen to it. Whereas in the fanfictions, I read it, review it. So the fanfictions that I'm recommending you go watch are really, really good.
Yeah.
But no, like we mentioned in the general pony news earlier, the season 5 storyboarding is done.
Oh yes.
But that doesn't mean that we can't, express what we would like to see in season 5. Don't you agree?
Well, absolutely. I mean, there are a few things that I just want to see. First of all, it's got to be Sunset Shimmer. I'm such a big Sunset Shimmer fan. It's just I can't even describe it, and I just really want to see her in season 5 and just face Celestia, the teacher she left, and everyone she ever loved, and everyone sees her, of course, as like a villain, and her just going around knowing that she has changed, but the others don't know that, and I just really want to see the conflict and the confrontation.
Oh, so you know how in Rainbow Rocks where she's going around talking, but everyone's like, oh, it's not like making references to things that happened but didn't meaning it by offense.
Yeah.
You mean something like that, but happening it with everyone, and they do mean it offensively.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. That's what I want to see.
I would quite like to see that as well, especially because
Sunset Shimmer
it makes sense. Like there can't be two Sunset Shimmers in the Equestria world.
Yeah.
So she's gonna have to go back to stop
At
some
some
kind of
point, yeah.
parallel like universe corruption. I don't even know what I'm talking about, but you know what I mean. Like you can't have two Sunset Shimmers meet.
Yeah.
So she's gonna have to go back eventually.
Yeah. I'm gonna be so excited if that would ever happen, and I think there's a pretty okay chance it will. You know, there's like a 50. Well, it's a 50-50 chance she will or she won't, right?
Yeah. But yeah, you're quite a fan of the fact that the headcanon that Sunset Shimmer is actually the lost seventh element, aren't you?
Yeah, and I think there's some sort of evidence, you know, in Rainbow Rocks when Sunset Shimmer changes, and a seventh color appears that make the entire God's OC thing. A seventh element appears. Well, no, not a seventh element, but a seventh color, which could very easily be the seventh element, being the element of forgiveness, right? Because that's
very true.
Because that's something that happens in friendship, right? You have arguments all the time. It's just it happens, and I think that would be a very strong element and would be very awesome. So
yeah, well, I totally agree with you there, but I also have to disagree because I'm a massive fan of the headcanon that Spike is the seventh element.
Yeah, you're a big fan of Spike, aren't you?
I really do like Spike. He has so much character potential.
Well, yeah, he does, but he's just getting put down by the writers.
Yeah, I feel really sorry for him because a lot of the time I feel like he's just there for comic relief.
Well, yeah, that's what he's made for.
But, yeah, you say that's what he's made for, but at the same time, we see him in some episodes being as mature, if not more mature, than some of the main six. You know, so you really have to realize that he may be there for comic relief, but at the same time, he's contributed so much to the story that he can't just be there to say a punchline, to have a laugh.
Yeah,
he has to have something to his character.
Yeah,
and I think that something is going to be in season 5.
I really hope
either
so.
You see his mind mature and then his body mature.
That would be so good. I would
because
love to see that.
I'm a fan of the headcanon that dragons grow as the need presents itself. So if they were to fall a distance that they would die from, he would grow wings to save himself.
Right.
And I've said this before on Twitter, and a lot of people have said, what about when Spike shrinks back down and him and Rarity are falling? But what you've got to realize is, during Dragon Migration, he falls from a height like that, lands in lava, which the way he hits it is like hitting solid ground, and survives. So remember, he's a dragon. He probably wouldn't have died from that fall.
No.
Like, he was only about 2/3 the height that he dropped from during the cannonball.
Right.
So I have a strong theory that he would have survived from that, and so maybe like if he dropped higher, he would have sprouted wings.
Right.
But back to what I was saying about the seventh element. I'm a huge fan that Spike is the seventh element, which is nobility. Like the element of nobility.
Yeah. It would make a pretty good element, honestly.
Yeah. And obviously we have every element has a dark side, a corrupt version of their element. Obviously, generosity is greed.
Yeah.
Magic is dark magic.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Laughter is sorrow, and
things like that.
The thing is, a lot of people say Sunset Shimmer is forgiveness, but what is the opposite of forgiveness? Like holding a grudge? It doesn't really have a ring to it. Whereas the element of, the corrupt version of the element of nobility would be the element of vengeance, and possibly something happens where maybe Rarity gets hurt by someone, and Spike's element becomes corrupt. He turns into the element of vengeance, and thus grows in size as the need presents itself to get vengeance. And then it would be how his friends help him to realize that he doesn't need to avenge her because she's fine, and then the element goes back to normal, and I think that would make a brilliant episode.
Well, it would be pretty good, but talking about that, the element of forgiveness has not that good of a corrupt side. I kind of have to disagree there. Because honestly, you know, when she said, Sensei says it herself in Rainbow Rocks, where she says you let little things get to you, and I think that's the perfect example for the corrupt side of the element of forgiveness. Just have like every little thing, and just go completely insane about it, you know. I think that'd be a very, very fun corrupt element, and also might even get some little hilarious moments, but we have Pinkie Pie for that, but whatever.
Alright, that's an interesting theory.
Yeah.
But then again, they're just theories, you know. So we'll see what season 5 presents itself. Can't wait for the 100th episode. Damn. I sound like what's her name? Sugar something. One of the CNC's friends.
Oh right, yeah, I know what you're talking
Jesus.
about.
I haven't seen that episode in ages.
Me neither.
Anyway,
Whatever.
no. On the 100th episode of the show, I cannot wait for the background pony episode.
Oh, me neither, dude. It's gonna be so cool.
Who do you want to see mainly?
Octavia, I think. Octavia is pretty safe to say, and it's one of my favorite ponies. So, Octavia.
Yeah. So your favorite background pony is Octavia. Right.
Well, Octavia and Final, but
Octavia and Final. Well, the two kind of go together, don't they?
yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna start a shitstorm here and say that my favorite background pony is Applejack.
Dun, dun.
No,
you should not have said that, dude.
I can feel the hate in the comment sections. No, I'm joking.
Seriously, tomorrow when you wake up, you go downstairs. It's like your entire house is surrounded by an army with tanks, and every tank there's like this emblem of Celestia. Seriously.
Just gonna open my door to go to school, and there's gonna be like the entire 9gags like /MLP with pitchforks and like.
Yeah, absolutely, and throwing apples at you and whatnot.
But no, honestly, I have a weird favorite background pony. A lot of people won't understand why, but I really like Roseluck.
Why?
I'm not sure. I just love her character design. It's quite unique. You don't really see it that often.
Well, yeah.
And during the Zukoro episode,
right,
when Roseluck dashes inside,
right.
like she's one of the only background ponies besides Carrot Top to have a voice.
Yeah.
In the show, and of course Derpy has a voice, but I feel like Derpy's like so many people love Derpy. Derpy's not really a background pony anymore.
No.
Like,
and she's had like 300 fucking voices, so whatever.
Yeah. But no, I feel like Derpy's not really background pony status anymore, just because of how she's been in the show, and she's had like multiple voices. It feels like she's becoming more of a sub character than a background character.
Yeah, more like a Discord like character.
No, I wouldn't go as far as to compare her to Discord, but I definitely like say on the levels of Babseed.
Yeah, okay.
That kind of level.
That's a better comparison.
Yeah. And but yeah, Roseluck is one of them background characters that's had a voice. Right. I love her character design anyway.
Yeah, and it's just such a good design, really, with the white and the
the
different
cream
colors
and
of
the
red.
pink.
Yeah,
and, it's a wonderful design. So that's
absolutely
that's why she's obviously my favorite.
Yeah,
but there are some other things to expect from season 5, of course, besides Spike and background characters.
Maud Pie.
And of course Maud Pie.
Maud Pie. It's gonna be so good, dude.
No, new villains.
Oh, new villains.
What villains do you want to see return?
I want to see an Ursa Major.
You want to see an Ursa Major? Maybe Trixie comes back, but like as a friendly. Oh, how about Trixie comes back to Ponyville, but instead of seeking revenge, seeks forgiveness from everyone, and then maybe during fighting an Ursa Major, Twilight can't like do what she'd done with the Ursa Minor, because, like, maybe without the Alicorn magic, she's not, without all the others' Alicorn's magic, she's not powerful enough. And then Trixie combines her magic with Twilight to help her defeat this Ursa Major, and then the town, like, forgives her, and then, like, it's all friendly. Maybe they're all mean to her when she comes back into town, but after she helps Twilight, they all become friends again. The moral of the story can be, like, I don't even know, but we'll leave that to the writers. But
Fuck morals of the story. Do it.
Yeah. I don't work for Hasbro. I don't need to do that.
No, I know it. You're not Megan McCarthy. You're fine.
But no, besides that, other main villains, I'd love to see Chrysalis return.
I do, and at the same time I don't.
Why not?
Well, I've read this. Well, no, I've listened. I've seen. I've experienced. I'm gonna say I've experienced. I've experienced the Canterlot Wedding review by Anthony C. and Tommy Oliver. I don't know if you have seen it. I'm not gonna spoil or anything, but what they say about Chrysalis is just so mind-blowingly awesome that I don't want to see Queen Chrysalis return for that reason, because then my entire headcanon would be just blown up. I really, and at the same time I want to, because I want to see more of Chrysalis and how she tries to feed her people, because she's a queen. She has like worries, right? And and I just want to see her. I don't know. I just really want to see her come back, but at the same time I just really don't, because it's gonna mess with my own headcanon.
Yeah.
But if you wanna see it, I'm gonna put a link in the description. I definitely. So you just need to see it, really. I can't even explain how awesome it is. The animation is good, the story is funny, the review is just accurate, right?
Yeah. So, well, one of the main reasons I'd like to see Chrysalis return is because one of the fan fictions I've read, called Thrown Aboard and Friendship is Weird. Yeah. My Little Changeling of Friendship is Weird by Nia Uzu.
Wait, I think I've read that.
It's a wonderful fan fiction about how a character, Suncloak, is thrown out of the hive and basically goes into Ponyville to feed and survive. But then he decides that it's wrong of him to just steal love from from people who've been so nice to him, and changes back, and then is found out that he's a changeling, and then he starts becoming friends with the ponies over again, but as a changeling.
Right.
And I don't want to spoil anything, but it's a wonderful idea that possibly changelings could live among ponies and feed off their friendship that is given to the changelings rather than stealing love.
That would
and
be
it's
so
a
cool.
wonderful idea, and Nero's is working on a new fanfiction which is currently on hiatus.
Right.
Called I think this is Traveler's Exile. That's the word.
Right.
Traveler's Exile, about another person who's exiled and then goes to try and redeem himself by doing something in Canterlot, and unbeknownst to him and the rest of the hive, people have lived among ponies for a few months now, and he starts coming to terms with the fact that it's kind of normal and that it can be done. Yeah. And it's a really good story. I'm going to leave a link to his page because all of his fanfictions are amazing. Right. But I'd love to see possibly the idea that changelings are spying on the main six by living in Ponyville, and then maybe one of them is found out and starts living among them as friends, kind of like in Changeling, My Little Changeling.
Yeah.
And just to see that possibly the moral of the story when they become friends is never to judge a book by its cover.
Well, that would be really, really awesome.
It would be amazing.
Yeah,
and
absolutely. Oh my god. Now that I think of it, that is really cool.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, really, absolutely. But there's just, well, I'm still fighting in my head over I want her in season 5 or not. The entire changeling thing, especially I don't mind changelings going.
Yeah, I don't mind if Chrysalis isn't in here, but I definitely want to see more changelings.
Yeah, right. Because changelings are very interesting, more interesting and probably less stupid than Queen Chrysalis.
Yeah.
Because,
but another thing is, I've heard rumors that Bad Seed makes a return in this season.
I would love to see that happen, and that the CMC just get their get all those people from Manhattan, right? That Babseed has gone for people who don't have, of ponies who don't have a cutie mark yet. And then they're gonna get like this entire fair on Sweet Apple Acres.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
And then there's, and I don't know, something goes horribly wrong and whatever. That would. But be so
I've read an interesting idea that like Babsy returns towards the end of the season, and throughout the season you've seen that the CMC become less and less, like they care less and less about getting
their cutie marks,
and just it turns into just having fun with friends.
Right.
And then when Babsy comes back and is like, hey, let's do some crusading, they're like, oh, where do we leave the cloaks again?
Oh, and that would be so
that kind of thing, and possibly even, because it's pretty much confirmed that the CMC do get their cutie marks in this season.
Really? Oh my god, I haven't even heard that.
I'm fairly sure it's confirmed.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, but
Hasbro, if you're listening to this, don't fuck this up. Really.
No.
You have one
I've
job.
read a really interesting idea
up.
that possibly Babseed or comes back and brings a friend.
Right.
And then during their crusades with these people, they the CMC help get this person their cutie mark, and then realize that they're good at helping other people out and helping others find their cutie marks.
Oh, that would
and
be
basically
so cool,
they all at the same time get their cutie marks, but it's a CMC badge.
Yeah. Oh
that would be
God.
amazing, but Hasbro won't do that.
No, Hasbro would never do that.
And another one is another theory I've found is possibly the day starts off. They're all like, let's go get our cutie marks in Super Roller Derby, just something completely random. But then during doing it, maybe Sweetie Belle finds out that she's actually good.
Really good.
Really good at it, and gets her cutie mark in Super Rollerblading.
I would love to see that.
And then,
that would be so good.
Like there can be episodes surrounding her and how she doesn't like her cutie mark and doesn't like being really good at Super Roller Derby.
Well, yeah.
And then there can be episodes about how you come to terms with being really good at something that you don't want to do.
Right.
And like the pressures of people saying that you need to do it because it's what you're meant to do, while at the same time it's something that you don't enjoy. And that could be a really good moral of the story for kids who feel pressured into following a certain educational path because of parents and family, where they might not want to do it. And I feel that would be really good on Hasbro's part,
right?
Because it's giving a really good moral as well as a really good plotline.
Be hipster.
Yeah.
No, that would make a very, very interesting episode. Really, that would be so interesting. Just to see Sweetie Belle just struggling with the fact that she's maybe even very famous in what she does, and then she's like, well, but I don't like it, That would be so good. Oh my god.
Like there's a new fanfiction on FimFiction made it to the front page called But I Don't Want to Be a Wonderbolt, where Rainbow Dash becomes the captain of the Wonderbolts, and Scootaloo, now being able to learn to fly, being taught by Rainbow Dash, tries out because she's being encouraged to, but doesn't actually want to become a Wonderbolt. She doesn't want to do it, but she feels pressured into doing it because of Rainbow Dash. I haven't read it yet because I'm in the middle of another fanfiction, but I'm gonna read it, and it sounds like a lot of things that a lot of people around the age group of 13 to
can really relate to, honestly.
Can really relate to, and I feel that if Hasbro were to do something like this, it would not only please the parents of children because of the morals represented in it, they'd please the Brony fandom, because I'm gonna be a little honest here and I'm gonna whisper. My parents really want me to do well academically, and want me to go into engineering and stuff, and I can go into it pretty well. But honestly, my true calling in life is animation, and I'd love to do voice acting, for cartoons. But honestly, parents and my sister being really academic, I kind of feel pressured into doing engineering.
It sucks so hard, dude. Really.
I know. But you know, it's I don't know. Anyway, this isn't about me. This is hashtag tragic backstory. I'm becoming a Gary Stu.
Don't be one. Run while you can.
Escape film fiction. But no.
No, we should not rant about that right now. Maybe for a later episode.
No, we'll save that for a later time.
Yeah.
But that would be such a good moral of the story, and would do something that so many people could relate to.
Yeah.
And it would be wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I think that's all we've got for season 5 right now.
I think so. Well, we have 15 minutes to go, so I'd say.
Well, we can.
What's your favorite pony, and why is it your? I mean, this is the first episode, so if viewers don't know us or anything about us, so
Yeah. I'm fair with that. Let me first describe my OC.
Right.
I'm probably gonna get hate from some people for this, and other people aren't really gonna care. My OC's a dragon.
Dun dun dun.
It's a purple, not by purple I don't mean like spike purple. I mean it's a magenta and ocean blue dragon with ice blue spikes.
Right.
Spine, sorry. And the reason I chose dragon is because ponies are cool, but I don't feel like a pony would represent me very well because they're all really nice and stuff and I don't really feel like that represents my character very well.
No.
Whereas I know you can have different ponies, but I don't feel it. Whereas the dragon, it makes complete sense. I'm a very honourable person. I'm very loyal, like Spike is to Twilight. I'm very honourable, so the dragon code would make sense. And just in general, dragons are more badass. So.
Well, you can say a lot of things about dragons being badass, but seriously, if you see Twilight going crazy in season 4 finale, dragons are nothing, dude.
Yeah, this is another thing as well. I'd like to see more of the Dragon Dominion.
Well, yeah, me too. Because, we've seen them, okay, it's maybe 2 or 3 episodes, but still, it's like glimpses, right?
Yeah.
It's like nothing really on where they normally live, I want to see expansion on Equestria and the world around it.
Yeah, back to Dragon Dominion and the Dragon Migration.
Right.
Whatever happened to that Phoenix?
Oh, I so want to see.
I still want to know. Possibly, Spike grows up a bit, gets a bit bigger, and decides that he is old enough, he is big enough to go on Dragon Migration.
Right.
And during, going on Dragon Migration, he comes across the people he fought last time he was on Migration, and they basically try to kill him. And then possibly, out of nowhere, he sees he sees a phoenix nest, but all the eggs are hatched.
Right.
And then out of nowhere, just a phoenix comes out, flies into almost into him. He's screams and ducks, being scared, but she actually creates a wall of fire between the dragons and saves Spike's life. He then realizes that this is the phoenix he saved when he was younger, and that she's grown up, has a family, and maybe she comes back with him and lives maybe with Fluttershy or.
That would be so cool. The only problem I have with it is that the phoenix will create a wall of fire, but
dragons
are immune to fire. So
I don't know. Maybe she
plasma. Just call it plasma.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know. Or maybe she. I don't know. The
wind or something. Like some sort of a wind attack. Whatever. Wing attack. Come on, Pokemon.
Wing attack.
attack.
Oh, Talonflame. Use wing attack.
Yeah. No.
It's super effective.
Or I want to see then that Phoenix that Spike saved, goes to Canterlot and tells Philomena, and Philomena brings Celestia. I mean, I want to see Celestia do more shit as well.
Yeah, but then the problem with that would be that if Celestia were to get involved, it could create a war between Equestria and the Dragon Dominion. So,
Yeah, but that will make a pretty interesting plot line.
Remember that it is. But remember that it is technically an empire run by the twin princesses.
Right.
So any form of aggression towards another empire by the princesses would probably induce a war.
Yeah, but
I mean, I know it's a kid show and all, but
maybe
still.
dragons live in Equestria. I mean, we don't know. Maybe they live somewhere in the mountains, maybe in the north of the Crystal Empire, right? Because there are some mountains right there.
I guess, but no, you have to remember though that Equestria isn't the Earth. Equestria isn't what the Earth is. Equestria is like Belgium or something. It's a large expanse of land ruled by the twin sisters.
Yeah.
Like, the Griffin Kingdom is another piece of land. It's not Equestria.
Well, yeah,
Like,
that's true. I know.
A lot of people will debate that, but it's actually confirmed in Dragonshire, because when the dragon would start snoring and Twilight talks to him, she's like, "Your snoring is going to create a thing it will cover Equestria for 100 years. Can you do your snoring somewhere else?" If Equestria was like the Earth, it wouldn't matter where he'd go. Which basically confirms that Equestria is just a small area of land where the princesses
it's
rule.
probably not even a big country, but I mean maybe the dragons, because if you look at the Equestria world map, there's an official world map, so we can say it's pretty reliable. There's like this big plain of, well, no, it's not a plain, it's just this big place filled with mountains somewhere north of the Crystal Empire, but it's technically still part of the Crystal Empire. So maybe they live there, and because Crystal Empire and Equestria are allies, it wouldn't create such a what is it called?
Tension between
a tension, right. And at the same time, the dragons are going through Equestria.
Yeah.
So
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, it's still Equestria's ground, and basically the dragons are invading, but probably Celestia gave permission or something, right? And
yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, but still, I would love to see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've been doing this for 52 minutes now. I'd say we start to wrap up, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's time to wrap up. Everyone's getting bored.
Podcast wrap up.
Let's finish our podcast. Cheer. Right.
Anyway, so
that was bad.
Yeah, you'd like to say a thank you to a couple people.
Right. I want to say thank you to Graco. Graco is a big fan of Zach and I.
He's like behind the scenes, isn't he? He works behind the scenes. Yeah. He's a bit too shy to come on the podcast right now, but
right. We'll get him on the podcast someday.
We'll just duct tape his face to a microphone.
Yeah. Or just stuff a blue yeti in his mouth or something. Whatever.
Oh God, no! Oh, that sounds so sexual.
Oh God, no, no, dude, that's not what I meant.
Rated M for mature.
All right. Anyway, I want to say thanks to Graco for helping us out. Planning and writing and whatever, and basically criticizing us when we're making mistakes. Because he does that as well. And then I want to say thank you to all the artists that are appearing throughout the podcast. Their amazing art is showed on the video. The link to every artist is just in the description. The DeviantArt, the Twitter if they have it, whatever. And then a big thank you to all the musicians, because we do need some background music, else it will get very boring. So yeah, that's about it. And of course, don't forget to, if you like this podcast, like it. If you didn't like it, dislike it, I guess. But probably, I mean, this podcast is almost an hour long, so if you didn't like it, you probably left by now. And of course, come back next time if you really liked it. And well, like I said, 15 fucking times, everything's in the description, the links, everything. So that was all I wanted to say. Back to you, Zach.
Well, yeah, of course, and just we'd like to thank you all for watching. This is the first podcast, so if anything's a little rusty, we're not smooth enough.
Like my English.
His English sucks, horse dick.
Oh, absolutely.
We will get better, and we do apologize for anything that makes you upset about this podcast. But we've had a few disagreements in this podcast. Like, my favorite pony is Twilight, yours is Sunset Shimmer.
Sunset Shimmer.
But but at the end of the day, I think we can both agree that the best pony, best princess, my mistake.
Yeah.
I mean,
Come on.
Everybody knows.
Everybody
the
knows.
Best princess.
Best princess is just Princess Kate.
Luna. Stay Brony, my friend.